What if you had the power to control your dreams? Welcome to the Ramble Show. I'm Hugo. This is Philippe.
Hey.
And this is João.
Hello.
Hello. And I think João has a prompt about dreams.
Once again,
today.
I come bearing a stupid gift. Yeah. Okay, so
I don't agree with him.
yeah, it's my function. Okay, so the hypothetical for today would be: would you rather?
Is it not anymore? Sorry. Proceed.
Level of disrespect in this recording, I swear to God. Okay. Would you rather have the power to control your dreams every night and use them to improve your real-life skills, such as learning a new language or mastering a musical instrument, or never be able to dream again, but gain an extra hour of productive time in your waking life each day? I said waking this time.
Alright.
Do you want to start?
No, you can go.
Okay, sure.
Put you on the spot.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is going to be there's a few things here that I think are interesting to touch. First, the no dreaming.
Yeah.
What's...
He touched me.
Yeah.
Because I'm interesting to touch. Go on. It's a joke.
Okay.
Keep on it, man.
Ignore it.
Okay.
So, 2 points I think are interesting. The no dreaming anymore.
Yeah.
And utility of being able to control your dreams,
Yes.
right? Because that's what you're putting it against. Like,
Yeah.
if you're giving 1 more hour to do whatever you want,
You can curse. It's fine.
I think it's better not to for you to, right? So
He's self-censored.
Yeah, it's fine.
so
I'm unable to do that.
you are able to do that. Everyone
I
is able.
just choose not to.
Yeah. So it's like, can you make your dreams useful, or would you rather have that extra hour? I think that those are the two
that's
questions
essentially
there.
the question. Yeah.
Those 2 questions there. So because I think the no dreaming also poses another question: that are dreams useful if you don't remember them?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a very it's a question that
Something I was gonna ask: if we take the dreaming one, do we remember the dreams? Because if we don't, then it's useless.
No, I would assume you do.
Yeah. I'm assuming.
Even if you don't consciously remember the dream, if you are essentially training your brain, that will be a modicum of
I don't know
memory,
about that.
Yeah,
like some sort of muscle memory in a way. You know what I mean?
How is there muscle memory?
No. There can be, for example, for motor skill, but
Yeah, we've
Have
talked
you
about.
not remember
heard
training?
about, for example, drunk memories
Yeah.
that you only remember again when you're drunk again.
Yeah.
Something like that may happen.
So it could be compounding skills, and you not be aware of.
Yeah, but but that's what he's saying. If
Yeah.
you don't remember them, can you use them when
Yeah.
you're awake? If they're not conscious, can
Yeah.
you use them when you are conscious?
I think we could essentially say that it's still a regular dream. Like sometimes you remember them, sometimes you don't.
Okay.
So sure,
Yeah.
let's keep that as a baseline.
Okay, sure. So, because that's what I said when are dreams useful even if you don't remember them? Because there's no answer for that in scientific terms. Because if you don't remember them, in psychological, that's what I mean. They don't have an answer, because for psychology, if there's no conscious process, you'd have to try to access the unconscious to see if it's useful, and that becomes much harder to see if the dream is useful.
Right.
And then to say that unconscious thought is related to dreaming and not to another thing, so it becomes really complex to know if dreaming and not remembering is even useful in a psychological level.
Right.
In a biological or neurological level, it might be very important. I don't know how.
Sleep is.
Sleep is.
And I know that the phase of the sleep where you're dreaming is important. I don't know if the dream itself.
You sleep through. You dream through all the sleep.
Yeah, but like usually it is said that like the dream that you remember, it's like on the rapid eye movement. Right.
That you're more likely to remember if you are awoken during that phase, but you can remember even if you don't. And you dream throughout all because when they figured out REM, when they figured out that sleep is divided into phases and they figure out REM, they initially thought that
Yeah.
REM and dreaming were the same,
Yeah.
but you dream throughout all the dream,
well, that's interesting.
the sleep.
Learn something new.
When you wake someone during REM, it's just more likely they'll remember the dream.
I see. Okay,
But-
so we're sleeping all.
You're
That makes
dreaming
sense,
throughout.
actually.
You're dreaming throughout all the.
I remember when people said that the first time I was like, so I enter REM states as soon as I sleep because I remember sleeping like for 15 minutes and I remember my
Yeah.
dreams. So unless I'm like very sleep deprived and have like enter REM state instantly, I don't think
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. So that explains it.
That's a good basis for a business, by the way. If people want to remember their dreams, you just hire someone to be in your room and just and it just wake you up during REM.
Apps to do that, my man.
And I wouldn't recommend waking up before. Sleep is extremely important, so you should sleep the amount of hours.
Listen,
you
people
need
are
to sleep.
paying for it. It's not mine.
But REM
Yeah.
isn't the same as. But yeah, if you want to remember, waking up in REM is more likely.
Okay, so we're once again going back to the
The pathetical.
So
No dreaming.
having the ability to use dreams to improve real life skills versus no dreaming but an extra hour of productivity when you're awake.
So I was going to say about lucid dreaming. We know that lucid dreaming can first. Lucid dreams are more likely to have emotions understood as positive by the person because you control them. So it's you can still have dreams with negative emotions that you see as negative. In a lucid dream, it can still happen, but it's much less likely. And we know that having a nightmare, especially a particularly striking nightmare, affects your well-being and your mood and your anxiety for the next days. So the simple fact that you are controlling it's less likely that you'll have a negative experience in a dream, means that your mood will probably be better.
So having the ability to control a dream in general is just better for your,
Overall mood.
Yeah,
probably.
It will probably be better. There's also, I saw that, they're only studying lucid dreams more now. So people are still trying to see if that affects the quality of sleep, if it affects, like if you do it a lot, does it affect the quality of sleep or not? They are still studying it. I found a study that said that it seemed to not, but they used like like people who could lucid dream, like they asked them, do you feel so? And not those kind of measures aren't always the best, because people might
not feel it.
Yeah, might feel that they are okay and they are not,
and they're just oblivious to the long-term effects of their actions.
If you did like a test on their attention span or something, they could be doing worse than before. So it needs more study, but at least doing it a few times, it will improve. And there are some studies that show that, like, if you have nightmares or problem with nightmares, lucid dream could be a real useful tool to like fight those nightmares. You go into the nightmare and then change it into something you control, and it can be used as a way to deal with them. So lucid dream can be a very powerful tool for mental health in general.
I didn't know that was a thing, like using lucid dreams as a form of treatment.
You can use them as literal therapy.
You can use them in conjunction.
It doesn't substitute therapy.
Therapy is not a single thing.
So
you can use them as therapy. So it's like
it can be
one technique.
It depends. It depends on your problem. Like for sleep and dream and nightmare problems, it's very useful.
And fears.
But
it depends. It's interesting to use it to combat phobias.
But you can combat phobias
if you control. If you can control lucid dream, which is a skill.
Train them to do that, because you can combat phobias in many ways. And if your phobia isn't affecting your dreams, then maybe you'd prefer like exposure in the real world, because you don't have to train a new skill. And you'd prefer that. So it depends on. It's a tool, and you need. It depends on the person what they will.
Let me say something about the not sleeping well thing. I've tried lucid dreaming. I've lucid dreamed somewhat. but the thing is, I don't think the lucid dream itself is probably bad for you in terms of quality of sleep. Or at least I didn't feel it.
Okay.
But the method that you use to lucid dream can definitely make you not sleep well.
Okay.
You could potentially drain your energy while you do it.
Some methods are better than others, like the mnemonica method, which is just so you basically repeat a sentence as you go to sleep a bunch of times until you are kind of saying it as you are dreaming. So you go to sleep thinking about something, and when you wake up in the dream, you are also saying that same thing.
Okay. You try to not to break conscience,
Yes,
basically.
Exactly. And you kind of lose it, but then because you're saying the same thing, and it's something like, hey, and it's something like,
I didn't notice it.
and it's something like, I'm gonna, I'm staying awake, something like that. When you're in your dream, you're like, wait, why am I saying this? And you go back into consciousness. That's okay. Those methods are harmless, but there's, for example, 90 minutes inducted lucid dream. I don't know the
Inducted, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Induced, sorry.
Oh, okay.
90 minutes in
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
lucid dreaming. So it's the method is horrible. It's like the fastest way for you to get to lucid dreaming. It's horrible. You wake up every 90 minutes.
Oh,
in the middle of the night, and you go and you take
fucking terrible.
You take a sip of water or something. You take like 10, 20 minutes.
I would get sleep paralysis if I did that. Not joking. I would get sleep paralysis.
That makes sense because lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis are
hand in hand.
You can turn one into the other.
Oh, okay. Because when that happens to me naturally, I get sleep paralysis. When I wake up a lot, I get
turn one into the other. Yes.
I just try to force myself to move because it's scary as hell.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis is really scary, man.
Okay. What if you use this hypothetical to make friends with your sleep paralysis demon? That would be fun.
I don't have a sleep paralysis demon. I feel shit, like people touching me slowly.
Yeah, that's the demon, man.
No,
It's just saying hello.
that's scary as hell.
Answering directly your hypothetical, it's very hard for me to answer because I would 100% the sleep thing.
Yeah,
I would choose the
dream. Yeah, I like to dream, my guy.
Yeah, I just honestly, but it's kind of hard for me because
I like to have the extra hour. Actually, I really want the dream, but the extra hour.
Man, but I've done both. Sometimes I have extra 3 hours because I just don't have time to sleep.
Right.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you're not sleeping.
Yeah, but then
you're sacrificing your quality of sleep. That's not the same thing we're posting here.
But like, I would still rather sleep. When I sleep, have a lucid dream. Yeah. Besides, I can practice. For example, I would not need that hour because I would, for example, practice guitar and singing while I dream. If I didn't have the time to do it in the day, instead of just going to bed later.
Yeah.
At least for me, that would be.
In a practical sense, I would very much like the extra hour because I do not have actual useful time a lot of the days. However, I do like the idea of actually resting and practice a skill. That's fun. Because if I could, I would take classes in my head, like learning a new language.
But that's the problem. You can't learn something you don't know.
Yeah, you have to. It's something you have to practice.
Bitch, I'll fucking read the manual and bring it with me. That's fine.
You can only create in your mind what's in your memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll memorize. I would memorize the manual. You take it with me.
Then you've learned, man.
Yeah. No, I memorized. We've talked about this before. I'm breaking the game.
You can practice.
Yeah,
and
you could practice.
Only stuff that doesn't require, for example, that you'd bring. For example, if you want to practice math, you would have to bring your problems to the dream, which isn't. That mixed results, I guess.
There's a reason why we, at least in Portuguese, we call it math problems because they're a fucking problem. I don't want to bring those into my dreams.
And then the math monster comes in and eat you.
And then again,
ooh, dividing by zero.
It's in dreams you're trying to imagine stuff. You're forcing yourself to imagine stuff. So the harder or more complex the thing you're trying to imagine.
Yeah,
like a math problem.
I would imagine that a creative skill would be better.
Actually.
Yeah. It's going to be really complex. You're going to ask a lot of your brain.
Yeah, but a creative skill would probably benefit more from that because while you dream, you're essentially flexing your creative
Yeah.
muscles either way.
That's another thing that I said why I wouldn't sacrifice dreaming, because even not lucid dreams can have a really important role in your life. First and foremost, they can help with this mental health that we're talking about, because if you remember them, we're talking about remembered dreams always. It can be important to go through them and help you solve whatever it was going through the dream.
What you were going through, you
Yeah.
can remember it.
And it has been shown that it has impact on creativity. Like, you sometimes dream something you hadn't thought about before. Your brain is still working, so you could have had that thought while you were conscious, but you had it while you were dreaming.
Yeah.
So it's just another avenue of creativity, of your brain working, of creativity.
We've talked about that like in the first episode. Like, it's the diffuse way of thinking. When you relax, like when you're dreaming, you're essentially a lot. Usually, unless you're having a nightmare, you're very relaxed. And
and especially if it's not lucid, you're not controlling it. It's just flowing completely. Even lucid, you can let it. You can let it flow.
You can never control like the
Fully,
whole environment of the dream. And if you try, you usually wake up.
Yeah.
It requires too much mental effort, and you just too much stimuli. And you wake up.
Touch kiss.
And
It just made me realize something. If you have a lucid nightmare, does that just simply become like a haunted house?
You make them your bitch, my man.
No, does that just become a haunted house?
You can still have,
that would be fun.
That's what happens. You can still have negative emotions associated to lucid dreams.
You can just open the door and be on somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like you can. The thing about lucid dream, it's a skill, and it's weird, man. Because you can't just like, hey, I'm gonna close my eyes and then I open them again. I'm in a different place.
I'm in imaginary.
Usually doesn't work. But if you go like, hey, I'm gonna open this door and then it's gonna be somewhere else, and then it is somewhere else. Like,
It seems to me like that it needs to have like a minimum of narrative to it. It needs to make sense.
it needs to make sense for your brain to.
But it doesn't mean to make sense.
No, it needs to make sense to you.
Yeah, because dreams don't make sense.
Yeah,
they don't. But
Dreams don't make sense.
it's weird, man. That's why I say it's weird. Because
Dreams don't make sense.
it's always a game of balance between too weird or too wacky, and your brain just goes like, nah, that's sorry, my man. That's not gonna happen.
Where is the line?
Actually, there are people
It's
that
different
have
for everyone.
there are people that have absurd dreams,
I
just
do.
absurd.
I do sometimes.
They make no logical sense.
I
You
do
couldn't impute have any logical system in that dream. It makes no sense.
My lucid dreams are a lot more logical than my
Makes sense.
because when so this is funny. I can't do some stuff that I've done. I cannot recreate fully my past dreams when I'm lucid dreaming, because I'm like, no, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why would I do this?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Makes sense. Yeah, I understand.
And if I try really hard, I just wake up.
Yeah. If you
So-
put too much effort into, your brain is like, oh, we're conscious, so we're awake.
Or I lose consciousness.
Wake the fuck
consciousness
up!
again. Yep. Or I lose
Yeah.
consciousness again, and that's the reverse card. It's like, if you just let it
Flow.
you
You go unconscious again.
Right? Do we want to try and share some weird dreams we've had? Because that sounds fun.
I don't remember.
I don't remember a dream right now, if you ask me.
I remember a nightmare.
Go on.
Sure,
If you want to share it.
I shared it with George. You might remember this one, right? I remember being at my grandmother's house, right?
Yeah.
And they have this little a little bird. I don't remember the species, like parakeet or something. Fuck, no. It's a blue and gray little bird, right?
Mhm.
And I remember it was like a normal day. I was going there for lunch, and suddenly, oh, where's the bird? Oh, it's in your aunt's room. Okay, I'm gonna go there. I open the room. There's my aunt, like, I don't know, folding laundry or some shit. There's my grandpa there in the sofa, and suddenly, the bird cage is empty, and there's this like stork-like motherfucker just standing there looking at me. So the bird suddenly became this Lovecraftian monster looking at me in the eye. Essentially, no beak, just like
Jesus.
blue. Like, it looked like a stork, but like with flamingo legs.
Okay.
But the fingers looked like hoses, like twisting and shit. And it was just looking at me like that. And I was fully aware that I was dreaming. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is a dream. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay. and the thing was just looking at me funny. My owner was like, "Oh, what you doing? There's a thing in your room." And no, that's just a bird.
It's very normal in the beginning for you to go lucid and not be able to control your dreams still. So you are while you're dreaming, you can control where you go, but you're like,
I
want to fly.
Shit.
It's not happening. So
and then there's the bird there.
it's just it's hard.
Yeah, but if you're controlling yourself, you just get away from the fucking bird.
Or you just like,
but the bird just appears
you
again.
can do nothing. Yeah, nothing happened. If you it's a game about convincing yourself.
Yeah.
Like nothing can happen.
Yeah,
And nothing happens.
Yeah, most of the times I don't remember my dreams, so
I've actually remembered like a lot of dreams now because I tried to think. The lucid dreams I remember basically all of them because I was lucid and I didn't remember them, so I have a memory of them. Nightmares. When I was a kid, I had one that was very funny. It's funny now.
at the time you were
It wasn't very funny then. It was when my mom told me, "Hey, you shouldn't talk to strangers." Like,
Oh, okay, that's
yeah. And I was like, "Oh no, strangers!" So I went to sleep. Basically, yes. I went to sleep, and there was this one guy with no face.
Yeah.
And
fun.
And I just I'm walking towards him. I even remember the place. Like I remember everything. I'm walking towards him, and then suddenly, like a mouth appears in his face, and it just opens its mouth and eats me whole. Like, and I wake up. Like, what the just happened?
I kind of love that. That's
I
great.
hate it.
That's absurd as hell. That's absurd as hell.
And now I cried a lot, man.
That seems like a straight out of Junji Ito shit. You know what I mean? That's great.
I was like 6 years old. Yeah, I remember the first time I lucid dreamt. It was fascinating because it lasted like 5 seconds. And the first thought I had was like, okay, I'm dreaming. I was literally in my kitchen and I was like, this is so real.
Yeah.
I thought this would be like cloudy and stuff, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, it was really good.
Oh, that's another fact I have about how real it seems. So they asked people, so they wanted to know how vivid the colors were, and they basically said it's everything you're focusing on is exactly like real life. Everything you're not focusing on is slightly like less.
I've never heard that, but I do know that it kind of depends sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So
the people they asked were like that.
Sometimes like my kitchen was my kitchen.
Yeah, it was exactly because you're focusing on it.
But it's also a space that he knows, like
I was in my kitchen, like it was
exactly
very bright. Everything was like perfect.
Yeah.
But sometimes some dreams, man, it's like I'm in my home and I open the door and it's like that wasn't there. This is not the room that should go here.
Yeah, but they were focusing more on the colors, like
Oh, I've actually.
They felt like it was exactly like real world, except everything you're not focusing on. It's less.
Colors are okay, I guess. I never thought about that, but I think colors are okay. It's like everything is as I remember it. Yeah. Unless I'm trying to do something weird, then it becomes weird.
Yeah.
Or if the dream isn't lucid, then it's definitely weird. Like, but yeah. Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just thinking if I talk about this dream or not.
Kinky.
No, not at all. It's actually quite sad.
Oh, damn.
Okay. I have one also, but
no, you go ahead.
Okay, sure. It's not very complex. I was just in imagine a cruise ship. I've never been in a cruise ship in my life. And I don't think it would be extremely fun, so I probably won't. But I was in one, and the water was coming in and it was sinking. But I wasn't afraid. I don't know why. It wasn't a nightmare, you know what I mean?
We're calm.
There's water on my feet.
I was gonna die, and I think...
You were just witnessing.
And I think I was kind of almost drowning, but I was... it was okay.
This man projected his consciousness into the Titanic.
My man, one of my lucid dreams,
I don't know.
I woke up because I thought I was choking.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was like when you have the same dream twice.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the I'm gonna go back a little bit. One of the dreams that I had, one of my first like lucid dreams, I built a city. And I was like, said it. Now all the city alone. It's fine. The next lucid dream, I filled the city with water.
Okay.
And I swam through the city.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then I remembered I'm not breathing. And I started choking on the water. And I woke up and I was like, This was so dumb.
Bro, you
hadn't thought
straight up played Sims in your dreams.
Yes.
No, but he imposed logic on himself.
Yes.
Because there was no problem that he wasn't breathing until he remembered that he should be. And then his body was like, yeah, we should. Wake the fuck up.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid, man.
It's weird as hell.
Yeah.
But I wasn't lucid in my dream, or if I was, I wasn't controlling anything.
They were just witnessing.
But
It was playing in your...
yeah, and that was cool. But it was in first person,
Yeah.
like everything was happening around me. And
POV. POV, the ship is sinking.
I've never dreamt in third person. I've never had it.
I haven't either. I haven't either.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I've never had that. Some
Most-
people
most-
only dream in third
Okay,
person.
most people dream in POV.
Yeah.
Most people they use the different. Yeah, they use the different word was like egocentric or something.
Yeah.
It's like
probably.
you're viewing through yourself,
Yes.
like you view your waking life, because that's the experience you have
Yeah, that's
in
usually
the
how you
real
live.
world, you know. So
I mean, first-person games are usually more immersive, so you know.
Complete ramble. Some guys create like with
Yeah.
VR.
VR. Yeah, thank you. With VR and like a camera like way up here.
So you can live your life.
live your life in third person.
That would be really weird.
It is. It is.
It is very
People have a weird time with it in the beginning, and they just adapt. Like when you,
Okay.
you know, those glasses that switch your perspective,
Yeah.
or I would say
Make you
switch
see
back
everything.
your perspective.
But I would say that many tasks would be really hard.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. You know, those glasses that
So you're blocking your own
Yeah.
view from everything.
Yeah.
it apparently takes your brain like 3 days straight to flip it back.
Oh.
So if you put those glasses, you see everything upside down. 3 days later, it's back to normal. You take the glasses off, you're seeing
It's
upside
horrible.
down.
Man, I would panic a
Put
bit.
myself.
It's
I would actually-
horrible.
I would panic a bit. Like, because
Yeah.
I would be thinking, what if it doesn't come back to normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right?
3 days.
It would scare the shit out of
3
me.
days.
3
It's
days.
nuts.
Yeah.
Now-
That's a fun holiday experience.
You need to work on your definition of fun.
Yeah, man. I would probably feel
That, like,
really. You'd
man,
probably feel really
It's
sick.
like it's one of those. It's an experience that you could like tell people about. It's like my lucid dreams. I can just go and hey, I drowned in my own fucking dream. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that
I don't know if
it could
it's
be
that
traumatic enough to draw someone towards insanity. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's fun enough. You know.
No, it's not fun at all.
I think I would.
But
Because,
what if you put drugs on it?
because I think the thing I would have to do to get through it is just like stay all day in bed doing nothing. That way I can have my eyes closed most of the time.
You could just lay in bed, take your phone, watch
but if I close my eyes,
That
it-
probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah, my brain wouldn't do it. So yeah, I would.
No, this is pretty simple.
Stupid.
You lay in bed just because it's comfy. You take out your phone. You just switch off the switch thing, and you just watch a YouTube video. Oh shit, it's upside down. It just did it.
Then your brain won't switch again.
No, it is because your brain will recognize that it's upside down. But to you, it won't.
No, because imagine that you're just looking at the ceiling and a cell phone. So the only way you can see, you can understand is
No, you still have your arm, dude.
Oh yeah, true.
It's the same thing. Like
yeah,
if you do it
And
now,
you
you
know-
can still.
And your brain knows.
I
like,
know
what
that.
stuff should be-
That app should be here, not
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So you.
because
it's easier
takes
for you.
contextual clues, like you know where your bed is in your room. and stuff like
and the year, the year,
Yes,
knows where
yes.
up and down should be.
Equilibrium.
Actually, did those people become like ill? Like
Yeah, they probably get sick.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
have.
Or
I don't know
maybe
either.
they have amazing like equilibrium, and there are people that don't get very sick from.
I don't usually, but I would probably get
Yeah.
from that because like it's very hard for me to get motion sickness.
Yeah,
But some stuff, man, like
yeah,
some stuff.
Let me put a tangent on a tangent.
Go on.
yeah. That's
It's the right show for this.
Yeah, that's the podcast.
I recently read like a Tumblr post or something. Like someone was, someone was pointing out that there was once a philosophical problem of, if a blind person was to pick up a thing, study its shape, if they suddenly gained vision, would they recognize the shape without touching it? That was the philosophical question. And apparently, recently, we found out the answer. No.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not.
Because I think there were studies that I don't know, some kind of procedure that gave vision to blind people, and they were like looking at a cube that they have been touching for a week or so, and like they suddenly just look at it and the fuck's that?
they
So that's funny.
you associate like this shape with this like visual shape because they are associated in your brain because you've done both.
Yeah. But I would love that's a very interesting study because we don't know how our memory is stored.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's text. We don't know if it's not images. We know it's not images because
But you can remember images, which is fun.
but you
There's some sort of conversion.
you're recreating them.
Yeah.
The information goes back to your visual part of the cortex, and they just recreate them with the information that was stored in memory, but we don't know what was
Which
stored
would
in
explain why we often misremember visual cues.
We remember a lot of stuff, man.
And that's why in your dreams everything is weird, and except the things you see all the time, everything else is just a bit off always because your brain is just reconstructing them.
That's a good point. In your dreams, do you reconstruct faces well? Because I don't think
I mostly don't remember faces.
I'm very good with faces in general.
No.
But not in dreams.
In dreams, most people don't have faces until they need to have a face.
Yeah, until
I think they have a face was like fuzzy.
Yes,
Even if they have
a face, but
fuzzy.
it's like fuzzy.
Yeah.
But if you focus on them, they do have a face.
They do have a face, yeah.
But
But if I don't focus on them, they don't have a face.
you don't need. You're not looking at it.
But they talk, they do everything they do to the face, they just don't have it.
But yeah, I have. Yeah, in the dreams, the faces are very clear. If it's people I know, they're very, very, very clear. Even if with people I don't know, I just don't know who that face belongs to.
Yeah, you just pick up a random assortment of facial
Just
features.
like
Match the
hit random button. Yeah, to create.
basically, man, basically.
and don't think that this is like the thing about don't think about cats, but I'm doing it with you. Don't
think about cats.
Don't think about like too much about faces because if you try to think too much about the face of someone in your dreaming, it just starts like to get funky.
Yeah, becomes a gold.
When you focus too much on anything in your dream, it just starts to get funky, my man. It's
Yeah.
Get jiggy with it.
Because I don't control most of my dreams, where my focus goes, most of the times it's not up to me.
Yeah.
So I just accept how it is. Because that's my problem. Is because I don't have many dreams. I dream every night, but I don't remember most of my dreams.
Yeah.
And it's very rare for me to have a nightmare also. So even when I'm really anxious, I just don't sleep. When I'm really anxious,
That ain't good, man.
it's not. But my anxiety affects my sleep, and most of the times, I don't get nightmares. I get sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Which is much worse. So
It's not a good trade-off.
no, it's not. It's not at all. But it is what it is.
I have to train you, man, to go from sleep paralysis to lucid dreaming, so you can both rest.
But
And shove you in a box.
yeah, but it's really scary.
I know, my man.
And also because many times when I wake up, I'm like in a weird position with my face.
That's something I might try one day. Like try to enter in sleep paralysis instead of lucid dreaming.
But okay,
Crazy, man.
because that's the thing. Like I'm a weird position with my face, so I can breathe, but I'm feeling like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm breathing much more now, so I'm panicking, so it's harder to breathe because I'm breathing faster. But I feel like I'm in a position where like one of the nostrils, it's
Slightly covered, yeah.
by my pillow, and I feel like, oh shit, I need to move. I'm not gonna breathe. And I've been breathing for like 3 or 4 hours in my sleep. But it's scary, because I'm in a position where I feel, oh shit. If I was awake, I would try to move.
Yeah.
So
Have you tried taking control in those moments? Or it's just straight up panic?
it's manic. And then what I try to do is move, and then I move. And then I'm awake.
Punch the demon in the face.
No, there's no
I don't know if I ever can because I'm a little bit of sleep awake. How like people that walk.
Sleepwalker.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a sleepwalker, so I don't know.
You don't know
it happens.
Yeah, okay.
To me, so I'm dreaming, and sometimes I wake up because I hit something in my
Real world.
That's interesting.
They are.
We've shared rooms, tents. Never seen you do it.
because I've never tried even to lucid dream when I'm around people.
Curious.
But yeah, it happens. Like I was dreaming, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, whoa, and like I've moved in my room, and I wake up because
But
of,
when I was a kid, I moved when everyone
that's,
moves. But like I would like someone would talk to me, I would
yeah.
get up, gibberish out of my fucking mouth, and then I would go back to sleep.
I actually, that's something I actually answer. When
Like real world.
real words,
Oh,
it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense in context.
You've
'cause
told
I'm
us this.
dreaming.
Yeah, you've told
But
us this.
I do answer, and you ask, hey, how was your day? And I answer like, hey, it was fine.
Hey, we have an appointment. You want to go?
Yes. No, the problem, like I've had fights over it because like my parents would come into my room and they were like, hey, it's like 15 minutes to get out now, and I would answer like, okay,
and then you
and then I
still
would
be
just
asleep.
be still asleep. Yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing, man. Amazing.
Your body saying, no, we're gonna stay sleeping, my guy. I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
And sometimes, like a bit later in the dream, I remembered, oh wait, someone called me, and I would panic, and I would actually wake up, which is like funny as hell. Now it is funny.
Oh, that. Yeah,
wasn't
but
funny.
that's a weird thing. Also, they didn't know, like, because I went through the study of dreaming, and it's very recent, like
Yeah.
50s, 60s,
No,
which is recent in terms of science. Like, in psychology, it's very recent. So they had to prove a bunch of things that we assume, like, do you dream throughout all the night, or
Yeah.
do you only dream when you wake up?
Yeah.
That moment you wake up, is the dream all in there?
that's so weird, man. What the
Because you don't know.
Compressing a dream.
No, because
zip?
yeah, yeah,
Like for we were.
and stuff like, does
No,
your
but
real real life affect the dream, or is your dream just completely created by your mind and it has no effect on real?
Yeah.
Like, things that are happening more recently have a bigger impact than things that happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that they
You can
they
hear
think so, but
in
it's
your
not.
dream. You do hear what's going on around in your room. Like that's something that I'm very aware of, and you do like
Do you, or
yes, and
or does your brain might
No, I'm
reinterpret
very
it
sure.
differently?
I'm very sure you do hear it.
Okay.
At least
I don't
like
know.
at
For you,
least I've heard the voices of the people that and they said
Okay.
literally what they said.
okay.
And like it happened like once. Someone talked to me while I was lucid dreaming, and I understood like someone is talking to me. I'm gonna wake up, and I woke up and I
Okay.
spoke to which is like
Yeah, it's weird as hell.
and I do remember like some other times that people spoke to me, but which weren't lucid.
You were
In the
dreaming
lucid dream,
normally.
like it sounded like a voice that was coming from
The outside, yeah.
like God talking to me.
Oh, go buy groceries.
Basically. But like usually it's just like a random character that pops in your dream and talks to you
And talks
with
yeah.
the voice,
Yeah, your
and it can be that
your mind
PC spot.
your mind reinterprets it in a way that
makes sense.
won't wake
And
you
yes,
up, basically.
I hate it.
Yeah, because that's one of, I don't know, I heard that theory a while ago, but I couldn't find it now, that like some people believe that dreaming is just your body trying to reinterpret all the stimuli it's still getting in a way that you can process
Yeah, I've seen
without
that too,
waking
yes. Yep,
waking
I've
you
seen
up. I think I just, because I was focusing more on psychology than on the neural part of it, so I wasn't, that didn't pop up, but I heard before that's it, your body is just trying, it can't block the stimulus because you can't close your ears or even your eyes. Light can pierce through your
You can dream
eyelids,
with your eyes open.
and light can go through your eyelids, so, and you still feel, so
For all the lucid dreamers out there, you first open your eyes and then you wake up, not the reverse. But,
yeah.
the stimuli from opening your eyes wakes you up, but
Oh,
you're
okay.
still dreaming for a while. Like, just fun.
So yeah, so that might be it. It depends. That's a big topic. There's no real definitive answer of functionality of dreams. Why why do we dream? Some people say, yeah, it's just your body doing something so you don't wake up.
It's your body being weird.
Just so you don't wake up. Some people believe that they have usefulness.
So many
Yeah.
some ancient cultures have like beliefs,
Yeah, some people there's
religious. Even.
yeah there's some
Dream
but
gods,
there are some scientists that believe that it could be transcendental too, that we are connected through dreams.
Something I want to talk about, but we should probably
We
talk
give
about
for
the next
another
one.
dream, yeah,
Another dream.
another dream. Again,
That's for another dream.
Keep dreaming on, everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, let's end it.
What's up?
Around
I want
here.
to talk. I'm gonna be a little spoiler.
Exclusive.
No, I want to talk about astral projections too,
Oh,
which I want to tie it to this episode because I don't have enough fuel for a full episode, and it's tight.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how I could do research for that, my guy. I'm real honest.
It's probably out there somewhere.
Yeah, but
yeah,
for
but
being decently reviewed,
yeah,
like because I try
That's-
to look for
it's peer-reviewed stuff.
Oh, and,
No,
and
forget
like
about
meta review, like meta, like people that
that. Yeah.
get a bunch of studies in one. So I don't know if it's big enough for that. My
I
guy.
know.
Even dreaming, only recently of all, because they started studying like Freud in the started talking about dreams. Then people didn't like dreams a lot in psychology. They felt that they weren't very, and they didn't feel like they. It's still a problem. Very easy to access.
Yeah.
So you guarantee that you have some validity to the
Your
data
studies, yes.
you're using because you need to use a scientific method. So they felt like it was too much work and hard to reach. So only recently did dreams become an interesting study topic again. So, and it goes through with many problems. Like we talk later, but like, what is conscious? What is unconscious?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, because if you remember them, is it conscious?
If you had,
If you remember them, it means it's
No, man,
conscious, right?
You can remember them, but not.
You weren't controlling
aware,
them,
yeah.
but they are conscious because
You-
you
you're
remember
not-
them, right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because
Okay.
unconscious,
Are
it's
you-
not in the...
Are you conscious? For example, if you watch a movie, you're conscious while you're watching it, but you're not in the movie. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, it's a record.
Yeah, but it's conscious. The memory of the movie.
But yeah, you're judging, and you are judging in the dream. You do have like.
Yeah, you do.
I do remember having.
Even
thoughts like, hey,
yeah.
this is stupid.
Yeah,
Not,
even when it's not
Yeah.
lucid, you do go through. Yeah, no,
Thanks.
yeah, and even
You're right.
even if you don't control and you
it's
don't
just like
really
watching
know.
a movie.
Yeah,
A real.
yeah.
A really, really, really immersive movie.
So it's that part. Dreams you remember are conscious.
Yeah.
So the dreams you don't remember, it's another because they are unconscious and it's a whole nother world.
You have something else.
Some final thoughts.
Just the one. Tell us about your dreams.
If you feel comfortable to.
No, do it. Just do it.
No, tell us even if you don't, or I'll go to
Especially your
your home and I'll
nightmares.
slap
I like some horror shit. It's fun.
you. Yeah. Some good stories arise from that.
Yeah.
Well, that's it then. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Later. You can support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel or listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you want more, you can follow us on Instagram at RambleBoxOfficial. That's at RambleBoxOfficial. Or you can check for more content in theramblebox.com. That's theramblebox.com. Links are in the description. That's the end of the show. We'll see you next time. Bye!